Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whenever you're watching. Thank you for tuning in to the 6 Minute Daily. That's right, you can watch this on replay through the rest of the day and then catch it in the evening over on my live channel, Culture Casino Live. So we've got 3 stories to try to get through today. They're business-oriented stories for the most part, and we'll, dive into why each of them might be important or why anybody might care. First and foremost, we have some news coming from NBC, Comcast Universal, about their belief that we might actually get an Olympics. The Comcast NBCU chief optimistic Summer Olympics will happen and say advertisers are too. Let's hope that this is the case. Hard to say though, based on the fact that a lot of things are in flux. We don't know if the jabs that are being administered right now will deal with whatever is going to show up sometime in the summer. People are very, very reliant on something that's not scientifically proven and may not be effective against all variants of the thing that we're dealing with. So just keep that in mind when we're going through this story rather quickly. As you can see, Comcast CEO Brian Roberts and Chief Jeff Shell are upbeat that the Summer Olympic Games in Tokyo will go forward as planned. Sitting here today, I believe that there will be an Olympics. I hope there will be an Olympics. I think that is in our best intelligence at the time, Roberts said in a conference call after Comcast reported their quarterly earnings. By the way, they reported decent earnings despite the issues that they had going forward. The Japanese Prime Minister has, of course, weighed in on this as well. Prime Minister Suga Yoshide recently categorically denied reports that the games set for July 23rd to August 9th could be canceled. The Olympics officials also insisted that the games are on track. Of course they are. It's a huge amount of money. They absolutely rely on each and every dollar. So even if there is a risk, I imagine they will move forward on this. And you know what? Every day is a risk. So let's move on. The next story we're going to talk about is something that I like to classify as dismal Disney. That's right. Disney is also having some bad news. Right now, Disney Cruise Line extends cancellations on their cruises out to April and early May. So people are getting emails and or phone calls or both telling them that their vacations are, delayed again or pushed back. And they are in a position where they can be credited for the full value of the cruise. They can move forward with their planned cruise only at a future date, which obviously it's difficult to secure time off, especially if you're fortunate enough to be working in the world right now. But this is a huge problem for Disney because it's such a large portion of their business. I know you're thinking, wow, Disney Cruise Lines makes them a lot of money. Yes, it's part of the parks, products, and experiences that essentially are, the cash cow for Disney. Because right now, it isn't film, and it certainly isn't any of their streaming services. In fact, those are taking quite the hit. They are earning some advertising revenue on broadcast television and all their broadcast channels, but at the same time, subscription revenues for their cable access to those channels is also down. So overall, we're in a very, very weird place when it comes to Disney. But quickly from the story, the Disney Cruise Lines have once again pushed out departures, now targeting late April and early May for renewed service. A statement today from the cruise line said the service is carefully preparing for a return, but is awaiting technical guidance from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, of course, before greenlighting anything as far as moving forward, which is odd because they've done some test cruises that were very successful, where people did not get ill. So I'm really kind of confused here. But anyway, as such, it is canceling all sailings departing through April 2021. So essentially May. And that is for the Disney Magic, and the Disney Wonder. They are also pushing out just even a little bit farther. So just keep that in mind. It's a real bummer. And looks like they're looking forward to maybe getting things back under control at some point. I don't know. We'll have to see. Guests who have paid for a reservation on the affected sailings will have a choice of either refund, as I mentioned, or a cruise credit for a future trip. Well, the problem is prices are only going to go up for these things. So you're going to get a cruise credit, and then what? And then have to pay even more when you want to go on your scheduled cruise. Anyway, we have one more story to get through and not very much time to get there. So let's pop on it very quickly. We have, of course, Facebook. Mr. Blinky himself, Mark Zuckerberg, is mum on of course, the former president, but says Facebook's over politics. And of course, they slam Apple because that's what he likes to do. And they're really trying to focus on VR. Of course, the VR product that they sell is linked to your Facebook account, which means if you get your Facebook nuked, you essentially own a piece of stale garbage. You buy their VR product. But he's really concerned with everything as far as what the political divides have done. They are pushing for healthier communities, which means they're going to try to skirt or push to the back all of the political crap, which I think is a good idea. Anyway, take a time to check out these stories for yourself if you'd like. They're all very good. I do want to say thank you again for showing up for the 14th day of the 6 Minute Daily. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye. Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm.